Hello, and welcome to another Crack-a-Pack. Today, we will be opening 3 more packs from Secrets of Strixhaven and making a pack 1 pick 1 all the way up to a pack 1 pick 3. And then for the end of the video, before we wrap up, I've got another promo pack that I would love to open up with you. Let's get right into it. So for this pack, we will just be making a singular pack 1 pick 1. We've got Noxious Newt, Masterful Flourish, Ascendant Dusk Speaker, Landscape Painter, Tackle Artist, Pursue the Past, Grapple with Death, Micah, Reader of Ruins, Scathing Shadelock, Pestbrood Sloth. Nice. The rare is Silverquill the Disputant. Knockout Maneuver from the Mystical Archive. Ooh. And a foil ad nauseam, also from the Mystical Archive. And a forest. Alright. Well, we've got not only 2 rares from this pack, but 2 mythics. So that's exciting. When I saw Silverquill, I was prepared to be all in on that card, but I guess now the question is whether we can pull off ad nauseam in limited. I'm fairly sure the answer is no, and the correct thing to do would be to lock in on Silverquill and pass a few bucks to the left. So I'll just be going with Silverquill here. I'm curious to hear if you've tried ad nauseam in this format, and have you been successful? Let me know. Alright. So for this pack, we will once again be making a pack 1 pick 1, and then we'll make a pack 1 pick 2 to follow up Silverquill. We are starting out with a tenured concoctor, Send in the Pest, Honor-bound Page, textbook tabulator, zealous lorecaster, mage tower referee, embrace the paradox, campus composer, stand up for yourself, mind roots, the rare is antiquities on the loose. Ooh, and a stock up for the mystical archive, a foil stirring honormancer, and a full art mountain. Yeah, I think just like last time, I'm gonna go straight for the rare on this one. I know that's a little boring, but I really love antiquities on the loose. It is super good in this format. It creates 4 creatures for you and puts a bunch of counters on your stuff, so I would not pass this one up. And then for the pack one, pick 2 to go with Silver Quill. I would really be looking at either stock up or stand up for yourself. I think both of these are quite good, and I'm not really afraid to branch into a third color at all. Blue is an allied color for both white and black, so we're not going to find any dual lands that help us cast this card, but that really doesn't concern me right now. I think our job is just to take the best card in the pack, and honestly, it's pretty close. Card selection versus removal. And I wouldn't really expect either one to come back. So, I think I'm gonna take stand up for yourself here and, just try and cut off weight a bit. So that'll do it for this pack. But again, let me know what you think, and we can move on to our final pack. So for this pack, we're going to do the whole thing again. We will first make another pack 1, pick 1. Then we'll make a pack 1, pick 2 to go with antiquities on the loose. And finally, a pack 1, pick 3 to go with Silver Quill and stand up for yourself. Let's see what we get. Starting out with Honor-Bound Page, Textbook Tabulator, Zealous Lorecaster, Barag Banemaker, Noxious Newt, Stadium Title Mage, Pest Mascot, Infirmary Healer, Charging Strife Knight, Silver Quill charm. Whoa, another dragon. Witherbloom the Balancer. A requisition raid from the Mystical Archive. A foil growth curve. A Titan's Grave. And a token. These have been some really good packs. For the third time, I'm just gonna go straight for the rare. And I think, in general, if you see an Elder Dragon, then you just take it. So that's gonna be my first pick from this pack. For the pick 2 to go with Antiquities on the Loose, I'm not really seeing anything super clear here. This card makes me want to try and get into Lorehold. We could take the Requisition raid maybe. I think the Silver Quill charm is the best card left in the pack. And then maybe something like the Charging Strife Knight or Zealous Lorecaster would come back to us. So I don't really feel any urgency in taking those. Yeah, I think like I was saying before, we should just kind of take the best card in the pack and then figure it out later. I think if we do end up in red-white, it's not going to be difficult to splash black, so I think we can take Silver Quill charm here. And then lastly, for the pack 1 pick 3 to go with the Silver Quill. Of course, we would have loved to have the Silver Quill charm, but it did not get to us. And nothing else in the pack is particularly exciting. Honestly, maybe we just take the Barog Banemaker to cut black. I don't think it's bad at all. It's just not a terribly exciting pick. But yeah. Here are the 3 different decks that we started constructing. I would love to know your thoughts on these, and if we're aligned on these picks, or if you would have gone in a different direction at any point. Let's talk about it down in the comments. And finally, before we close out, let's take a look at our promo pack. Alright, we've got Jadzi, Steward of Fate, a Prismari charm as the uncommon, and Exemplar of Light from Foundations. Very cool. There we have it. Thank you so much for joining me today for another Secrets of Strixhaven Crack-a-Pack. Again, I would love to discuss these picks with you down in the comments. And as always, please make sure you hit that like button, and please consider subscribing if you haven't already. I put out new Magic the Gathering ASMR videos every Monday and Friday. I truly appreciate all of your support, and I hope you have a wonderful day.